All right, here we are. Welcome back to Waste Some Time with Jason Green. I am Jason Green, and we're here live in Las Vegas from Get a Haircut here. And normally there's a lot of rock and music. They were playing great music before, but we had to turn it down for monetization purposes. So Johnny Monaco is here. For those of you who welcome, Johnny, come on in. And I forgot to mention. So today, if you've been watching, a year ago, almost exactly today, John and I came here to do a live broadcast and just have a little fun. And then it ended up in a haircut. And Johnny was fantastic, I thought, but the haircut was a little controversial. Some people, Ingve, weren't so fond of Johnny's work. You can see the video on Johnny's channel that has the reactions to my haircut. So we decided what better time of year. It's a little colder today.
It's been 1 year.
Yeah, exactly 1 year. And we came back and we're here in New Orleans Plaza. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, New Orleans Square.
New Orleans Square, conveniently located in Nevada. And anyway, and we're here. We took a little tour of some of the shops, but Get a Haircut is here and thriving. Well, thank goodness, because last year we were here, we were probably just sort of still pandemic time and things were weird. But here, business is jumping, and all these people here are getting their haircut, and they have to listen to us bozos. So we apologize. Anyway, what could happen today? Could there be another haircut in the future? Well, we're going to find out. But we're also going to look around at some of the cool rock and roll memorabilia here, and then we'll take your questions and comments. All that and more right after this. Just wanna waste some time with you. Time to teach you good, be true. Nobody out there to waste time with you. All right, here we are. Okay, a lot of people are tuning in. I'm going to sit further back, Johnny, so that we look more in proportion.
Okay.
Because people are very concerned about that.
No, that's like, look how small I look next to you.
Now, I should mention that most people are busy listening to Eddie Trunk with Ace Frehley right now.
Oh, right. Today's the big apology day.
Big apology, stealing our thunder. I'm going to give you a spoiler alert of what happened. Allegedly, Paul Stanley called Ace Frehley and told him that he would not apologize and hung up on him. And Ace says that he could tell it was Paul's voice. Meanwhile, Craig Gass could call. You know what I mean? I don't think fooling Ace Frehley is the hardest thing to do. I bet you he called him with, "This is Paul Stanley of Kiss," that kind of thing. And then it was like, "That was him, I knew it," ack, that kind of thing. So anyway, I don't think he really did go into the 120-page dossier. What do they call those things?
Yeah.
The thing. Anyway, I don't think he gave too much dirt, and so you didn't miss anything, but you could hear it later if you're a Kiss fan. And there's a lot of the Kiss, a lot of Kiss around us right now. A lot of Kiss
everywhere.
Memorabilia, which we're going to take a look at.
Sadly, is this package
in a second. I will tell you that yesterday, Johnny and I went to the Punk Rock Museum. This is kind of like a hard rock museum in here, or hard rock heavy metal. But we went to the Punk Rock Museum, and I wasn't sure I would like it. I'm a little stubborn when it comes to punk rock, and I grew up in New York City and liked bands like the Dolls and the Heartbreakers and the Ramones, and even then moving to the other side of the ocean, Sex Pistols and the Clash. But I'm not such a giant fan of the later punk rock like Johnny is. And so Johnny and I went, and they invited us. They were nice enough to have us. We took a tour of our by ourselves, and it was very good. And I will tell you that there's a video coming up very soon. You'll see our trip. They did. I don't want to say too much because I want you to watch the video, but they did cover all the different eras of punk rock music. And Johnny's not the biggest punk rock fan, but you seem to really enjoy it too.
Well, it's in your blood. Once a punk, always a punk. I was feeling punk rock last night. I stayed up till 11:30.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. You also took a wild chance last night. If I heard you correctly, you skipped something.
Yeah, I didn't take my cholesterol medicine.
Punk rock was in the air, and you felt it.
I was feeling a little rebellious.
Johnny was a punk rocker. And it's interesting. It's interesting place. It's 2 stories, and they had a room where you can go and jam on a bunch of instruments with very high action. But they were the instruments played by famous people. And then Johnny and I went into a section of the punk rock museum that looks like a 1970s den, right?
Yeah.
What did you think it looked like?
My Aunt Marge's living room.
Yeah.
Still, same paneling, the round corner tables with the lamp. They got like the doors open, the glass, the chest. You put the figurines in there.
A lot of paneling.
Yeah, it looked like the 70s.
And they had like an old couch, and on the couch there was a little person. She had no arms, and I think she's kind of famous though in that world. I should get her name, but so she was there, and then what was that?
She's very punk.
She was very punk, and then also sitting on the couch there was a fat guy in the corner.
I know that's his name, but he wasn't that fat.
No, he wasn't that,
Like,
but
out of shape, Mike.
Right. Yeah, the sitting around Mike. Anyway, we met Fat Mike from the band NoFX. Johnny and I, of course, are big NoFX heads. And anyway, he was very nice, and we did a little bit of an interview for it too. And he's the co-founder, and then we interviewed the other co-founder, Lisa, who was great, and she told some great stories. So anyway, if you're going to be in Las Vegas, first of all, come to get a haircut. You got to get a haircut. If your hair is as long as mine, it's time to come get a haircut. And JJ is here to help you. And we'll meet everyone here and get a haircut in just a bit. And then you can also go to the Punk Rock Museum, which isn't too far from here. It's like that way. And anyway, so that's some of the things. And then new interviews coming up on the show. Johnny, you're always excited to hear about the new interviews. Simon Daniels from Autograph, against legal advice, did an interview, and he was very good. He told his side of things in the Autograph controversy. He did say that if Steve Lynch didn't apologize, he would come back next week and reveal. But anyway, he was here, and it was a very good interview. And then also, I spoke to Canadian superstar Lee Aaron. Do you know Lee Aaron?
No.
A lot of people don't. You guys know Lee Aaron?
I've heard some of her music.
Tracy knows a little bit. JJ does not.
No idea.
Listen, we're American, and Lee Aaron is very Canadian. And I will tell you, she explains why we didn't get to hear her in America. And it's an interesting story, and it's unfortunate because she probably would have been a big success. So anyway, that interview with Lee Aaron is coming. Then tomorrow, I'm supposed to do 3 interviews tomorrow. I don't know if I can handle all that, but Perry Richardson, you know Perry from Firehouse, and now from Stryper, and he's a great guy.
From the lawn chair.
And from the lawn chair, if you watched the tour diaries, you saw him sitting outside. I got to ask him, because the story I heard is he was sitting in a lawn chair in the parking lot of the hotel, and a bear walked right up to him and then just walked away.
I think that was Oz.
The bear? I don't know how he did it. I would have just dropped dead. The bear would have came over, or Oz. I would have dropped dead.
He was looking for food in the parking lot, going into the dumpster.
Yeah. The bear appeared in the video too.
I know a drummer that does that.
Mm-hmm. The drummers usually do have that. So,
Get their scarf caught in the handle.
Perry Richardson will be here. And then this is a big one. And Johnny, this is one I know you're a fan of. Stacy Q. Remember Stacy Q? Tracy remembers Stacy Q. Stacy Q, and this has got put off a few times. Stacy Q sometimes forgets to show up, but this time I think she will. She had a song called Two of Hearts.
Oh.
It'd be great for Lupe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she was on, the people were concerned about your looping career.
I loop now. I got the instructions. I spilled some Hawaiian punch on it, but I bet she'd be all right.
And the audience was nice enough to support your looping endeavors, right?
Are you kidding me? It's the desk all over again. First I had no loopers. Now I got 2.
Well, 2 is okay because you have one for each foot.
Well, different pedal boards. I could put one on each one.
Right.
And it was very nice of them to do that. I mean, you know, Mark Sanchez never disappoints. Mark Sanchez ordered me one, and I just went and picked it up.
He ordered you P.F. Chang's, and while you were in your car, then he ordered you the Looper. All you had to do was go to Sam Ash, the one where Stephen Adler used to live by, and then and then he was not nice enough to he brought me a nice book, and he met ready. Thank you, Mark.
I kind of owe him something. And then Ron Zeller, another someone who watches the show, viewer, sent me a Ditto, which is a looping pedal, a small one. So now I have a small one and then an actual size one. There's for your jokes.
Yeah, you're opening it up.
Yeah, it's like, but but I will use both, and it was very nice of both of you to do that. And I'll think of something. I'll send you something.
Yeah. Okay. So Johnny Monaco's gonna take care of it. I should point out while we're sending people things that there's a new feature to this channel. Actually, there's 2 new features. Johnny, do you know about the new features?
No.
I barely know about them, but there's a thing called super thanks. I know. It's a little harsh.
See, it's not enough to thank people anymore. You have to really mean it.
Super.
Because it's everything. So you got to thank them. You got to really appreciate this. It's positive. It's just nothing but, you know, no hate, thank you. Now we got to take it up a notch. What is it now? Super thanking.
I like
Is that like a metrosexual thing? What is it?
Well, this guy
Trans. What do we got?
DG 1911415. Anyway, hey Jason, Johnny. Jason, buy that cheap $2 microphone already.
I will wear them.
And spare, and a spare. Thanks for the entertainment. Well, we are wearing them right now.
With $5. That's the super.
You know, that was $5. That's actually not a super thanks. That's a super chat. That's called a super chat.
So now you have to thank him like extreme.
Right. Bless you. We're wearing.
Soul left his body.
We're wearing microphones.
He's got a nice haircut over there.
I mean, I appreciate the $5 to complain.
You could run a small army with that haircut. It's good.
If we get enough of these super thanks and these super chats, maybe Johnny will give me a pump.
So I thought a super thank you was like when you go, thank you. No, really, thank you. That's not enough now?
No,
You gotta pay him?
That's like a shit bow. It's not good enough. You gotta mean it. You gotta be emphatic. Thank you so much for complaining about our microphones.
You're acting. That's not a you.
That's how I am. You know, Johnny. I mean, we go out. That's how I am.
I think what they're saying is now you got to go. Thank you. Here's $25.
You have to give them money back.
Well, that's what you're.
He gives me $5, and I've got to give him $25
because you're super thanking him.
I gotta change the settings then.
Go woke, go broke.
Yeah, this is rough.
Is that a saying now? I thought I saw that somewhere. I saw it on Todd Kearns' page.
Yeah.
Maybe a shirt that said that.
It might be. So anyway, yeah, we're wearing the microphones. Is anyone else having problems? Because if not, we'll just use the microphone on the
Does
camera.
it sound okay? Testing. Should I tap on it?
Yeah, do a little tap.
With a drumstick? Like the drummers do?
I know a drummer who's very particular about microphones.
So make sure the mic's working. So what they do, they take the stick and they tap it on the microphone, which is, you never want to do that.
Coors Lightly says it sounds fine.
This kid's going to get a sharp cut.
Nice. Yeah.
He's looking for some trim.
Everyone says it sounds fine. But listen, I appreciate the $5 to complain.
Rock up your daughters.
All right. No, the super thanks is like you can do it on any video. Like normally you can just super chat, which is what he did, a super chat. Anyone could do that here during a live. But now if you click on the heart in any of my videos, so if you watch one of the old videos and they feel moved, let's say they want to see you and I having custard again. People love to.
It's right down the street.
It's right down the street. Everywhere Johnny and I go, people come over and
that neighborhood's a little questionable, but it's still close. All the good restaurants. There's a Thai place here that's really good.
Yeah, we had it last time. It was good.
I liked it.
Yeah. So anyway, but they can.
You might go there if you're very thankful.
Yeah, that's a good point, Johnny. Good point.
If you're super thankful.
If they're super, super thankful. So anyway, go to any video, click on the heart, and you can be super thankful. And then in addition to the super thanks, they have super stickers too. But here's the craziest thing, Johnny. They now have YouTube memberships. You can be a member of this channel. I don't really know how it works because no one's done it yet. But somewhere in the description or somewhere on this video, there is a membership
What does that mean? What do you get stuff? Like a pin?
You get stuff, and for people who haven't done Patreon, I like Patreon. You can get Patreon for a whole year, and you watch all the videos before anyone else. By the way, people who have Patreon are going to watch those interviews I talked about tonight and the next tour diary, which, Johnny, the next tour diary took place, I can't remember, St. Louis, maybe? Yeah, St. Louis.
Vegas and St. Louis.
Oh, did that happen already?
Right? That one happened.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's the one after that. Maybe Texas? We took a
No.
lot of trips, but they're all coming out. And anyway, you can watch those first. But if you sign up for YouTube membership, somebody maybe test it and see if it works, then you can, I think it's like $5, and you get to watch all the videos before anybody else, and you get emojis. That's really popular again, emojis.
Yeah.
And you can get, you get a badge. I don't even know what it means, but it's probably amazing.
And then you get a thank you.
And then you get, well, or super thanks.
That's what I just did.
Oh, okay.
Normally I would just go,
I think with a super thank you, you have to say at the end, I appreciate you.
no, now you're doing the shit out.
Yeah.
It's just a thank you. It's the thank you with a lot more enthusiasm. You got to be really into it to say it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like thanks, which ironically is how the kids talk now. You never get anything out of them. You just get a huh or a or a mm-hmm. They never say thank you.
True.
They're spoiled.
Yeah. No, you're gonna
Not you.
No, you didn't mean you. This young man getting his hair cut.
You're fine.
And he's anyway, I will tell you that the irrelevant fan, he says Patreon sucks, and he's been waiting for membership. So now you're the chance to be member number one. And we really, whoever's the first member will get a super.
What's old is new again. It's members only.
Right,
Remember
members
those?
only. Yeah.
Remember those jackets?
Chevy Chase used to wear one in the vacation movie.
I had one. I had a plum colored one.
Yeah,
I wish I had that. I would totally wear it for these looping gigs.
Yeah, it would fit.
I'll get my hair cut too. People are asking me, it's just tucked up right now because I don't know. I like to do different things like little Nas-X.
Yeah, you're big with that. How did so you did your first looping gig. Now, if I remember correctly, they told you no singing at this gig.
Yeah, no, you can't sing. And if there's tracks, even vocals on the tracks, the guy came running across the casino screaming at me. I'm like, he's like, no singing. I have an agent now.
Yeah.
And
You're the Marceau of hotel performances.
but then he got the okay. So from now on, I can use vocals in my backing tracks. But I have to loop some of this stuff. So I'm looping and I'm tracking and I'm playing it live and singing, and trying to figure out what song to play for these lunatics. And then I'm also playing the keyboards and a couple other things.
He's a one-man band. That was at a hotel called the Aria. Yeah, and it was an overwhelming success. Johnny now has a VIP parking pass, which he gave a super thanks for. And
I didn't even want that.
and what uptight casino will you be at next?
Tomorrow I'm playing, or is it tomorrow already? Oh, I'm at the Luxor. That's where the Egyptians live.
The Luxor, yeah, that's right. If you ride the elevator at the Luxor, it's called an inclinator. It goes up at an angle.
Really?
You would probably get sick.
I know some careers that are on the opposite of that.
A lot of people jumped in the Luxor. It's a common place to jump.
But then they actually slid down so they didn't die.
That would be nice. But no, they landed like right on like blackjack tables while people were playing.
What?
Yeah, because it's open and they go up and they jump.
Is it cool there? I don't think I've ever been there. It's right down the street from my house, or where I live, the place that I stay at.
I think it might be a little outdated. I think they're trying to get rid of the Egyptian theme a little bit. I liked the Egyptian.
It's racist.
Maybe. Oh, I think we have something here. This is a member. Welcome to Backstage Pass. Did you guys sign up?
I just did.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's interesting to see how it works. And look at that nice green color. Look at that. So get a haircut.
And
And
then this is what I see when I signed up.
they charge you $6,000.
6,000, yes.
Oh my God.
I'm broke now.
Okay. Well, that's great. Thank you so much.
You're
Johnny, give her a super thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He was very good. Well, thank you, Tracy and JJ. So that's how it works. It's that easy to be a member. All right, we're getting closer to our goal of, does Johnny only just play the budget hotels? What does that mean? We just talked, he's playing 5-star resorts, luxury resorts.
Mandalay Bay,
Mm-hmm.
Aria, now the Luxor, New York, MGM.
The Trump, right?
Bellagio. There's like 3 or 4 other ones in there.
You could probably get a gig at the Trump. You just have to have the visitation hours, I think.
I only go there for striper Christmas parties.
That's true. We did go there for the Striper Christmas party. Yeah. It was crazy that Stormy Daniels was there. It was the weirdest thing. I don't know how she got there.
That
So
wasn't Stormy Daniels. That
Oh.
was someone from the local scene.
Oh, okay.
They look alike.
Well, that sucks because I gave her a lot of money. Anyway, we probably shouldn't talk about that. It's not super or thankful. All right, so let's see. I'm trying to read your comments. There's 130 people watching live right now.
Well, we started a little early, so it's probably why.
This is early. That's right. Normally we do it at 5, but these guys got to close and go home at some point. You can, look at that. A new member. Johnny, do you see that? Coffee Enthusiast. And Coffee Enthusiast has been with the show for a long time. And so, Coffee Enthusiast, because you are the latest member, Johnny will offer you.
Thank you.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
You're good at that.
Yeah. So right now we have
Yeah,
2.
you're good when you never say it because you put a lot of emphasis on thinking, how should I thank someone?
True. So right now, it's a very elusive club. There are just 2 members. Not just anybody can get into this club, right, Johnny?
No, people are already telling you not to cut off too much of your hair.
Well,
You said you wanted it shorter. I don't know what to do. The barber's got longer hair than all of us.
that's true. We'll meet JJ in a minute. I think. Okay, so this is 1 year's growth. There's, believe it or not,
I
there's
got
been
that
no
too.
trim to this,
I don't know.
and so anyway,
We're growing on shower.
cover my
Like little gnats. No, he's
Lunas X, yeah.
whatever Harry Styles does, that's what I'm.
Oh, Janice. How do I miss Janice? This is terrible. I'm sorry, Janice. Janice also is the 3rd member in the history of YouTube Waste Some Time with Jason Green memberships. And Johnny,
Thank you.
I went along with that one. That was fun. I like this being thankful thing. And all these people.
It's a very big hit on Instagram. You could just be a terrible person, but then, just tell everyone to be positive, drink more water, and hug the people that you haven't seen in a while. And then you're immediately a great person.
Yeah.
Don't tell them about the horrible stuff you normally do in a day to support your family. But just go with that, and you're wonderful.
Noted. Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
The people who have signed up for memberships, I'm going to go home tonight and I'm going to send you guys videos that have not been released yet because you're members. Interesting.
Oh, you got to send them stuff. Look, someone's already telling me to smile.
He's thanking everyone. How much more do you want from him?
I tried the smiling thing once, and everyone said it looked like a supervillain. So then I'm just listening to you. I mean, you can't smile at everything.
No, right.
If you smile at all the time, you're probably grifting. It's probably like, whenever you see the devil, like in a hat with a cane and a fancy outfit, he's over by where the tent is.
Mm-hmm.
He's always like, hello. He's always smiling because they want to invite you in, and then they take your soul.
Yeah, that LA Guns does that.
Yeah, well,
They did it to you.
can't help. They try to take my soul.
Right, that's
I don't
true.
have one.
Right. They were surprised. Oh, there's a new member.
Okay.
New member. It's a difficult name for me to pronounce, but I'm going to do my best. Please welcome new member John Klapowski. John, I hope I got that right. Skylar says you look cute. Obviously, probably talking to you. John Klapowski. Thank you. Welcome to the new members. I wonder if I can. Anyway, everyone this year, it's so great. I mean, it makes me want to get a haircut.
What's going to happen?
Why we came to a place to get a haircut. Anyway, this is 1 year's growth. I feel like if it, diabetes has taken away a lot of things, but it has not taken away my hair. It grows and it grows and it grows. So I feel like, and I don't want to get another haircut, and I certainly don't want to go pay for a haircut. And so Johnny was nice enough to be here today. He's got a million things to do. We're going to be in Austin, Texas. You know that?
Yeah, I got to start reviewing songs for that too.
We were good.
I forgot all the songs.
I forgot that even where's
that one called? Round or something?
Up Around the Bend, I think. Anyway, we'll be in Austin, Texas. You should come see us. And I should do something special for some of the members. We should I'm gonna figure it out how to give you guys tickets if we come to your city. I think that would be a nice thing. Don't tell Steven. Just super thank me, not him. So I like that Johnny is Scott Coogan. He told me, Johnny's just a barber. That was very negative. He didn't realize that Johnny he's a stylist. He's a barber as well, but he's styled. And a lot of people said that Johnny gave me the best haircut that they've ever seen. Stevie Rochelle said that. He's bald. But he said it was an amazing haircut. I thought it was as well. I don't think we should be too conservative. I see Coffee Enthusiast said maybe 2 or 3 inches. I don't like to mess with an artist. Johnny is an artist. He knows how much needs to be cut, not me. And I don't know how healthy it is. Does it look healthy or unhealthy?
I think it's way better than last time this year.
Yeah, I'm sure it
just
is.
stylistically, you have to look at the person's head, or unless they want something and they're like, "This is what I want. Just do this." Otherwise, I kind of just look at what I got here, because not every hairstyle works for every person.
Mm-hmm.
Like if his hair on him would look.
Yeah. Well, listen, I think a haircut is coming. Skylar says 2 inches. We're going to let you guys vote. You guys can talk about it. And yeah, I see some trades. But I want to show people around get a haircut, because we could be sitting anywhere right now. You have no idea
Show 'em around.
all the cool stuff that is behind me. So let's take a look at the things. First, right here. Now, this is a partial. Where did Tracy go?
She went back there.
Real quick. Okay. Well, when Tracy comes out, she's going to explain better at what we're looking at. But I can handle some of it, because I know that's the Catman right there. And a lot of you don't know that since leaving Kiss, this is what he does now. He stands in the corner and get a haircut. And it looks fabulous. A little tall, actually. And then over here, Guns N' Roses. With the original cover, we can't even use the word for what that cover is considered, because we would be demonetized. In a very cool old guest pass. Hi, Tracy. How are you? We were taking a tour, but maybe there's an original cover right there, original Appetite. Show us around. What are we looking at? Here's Tracy. Tracy, say hello.
Hello.
And behind Tracy is JJ, the man of the hour, who is cutting hair. And our young man, what is your name?
Grayson?
Grayson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grayson is getting his hair cut. How do you feel so far?
Good.
All right, good. You're lucky you got him and not Johnny. He's more dangerous. All right, tell me about these guitars right here.
These guitars. These are probably the least exciting of all of our guitars.
Probably.
All right, well, this looks like a Dave Mustaine looking kind of guitar.
Yeah.
And then we have the Slayer.
Which was a gift from a customer.
Nice. I bet you, does that happen a lot? People come in and know?
They do. We have a lot of gifts.
Somebody left their car keys and some money.
I think that's yours or Johnny's.
John.
I don't know where to put it.
Now it's an exhibit.
So this over here I find fun.
Okay.
So I actually found a picture of JJ in the audience of a Motley Crue show at the Whiskey.
It's amazing.
In 1980, what year?
One-ish.
One-ish. I found him in the audience right
How
there.
cool. Look at that.
8 years old when you do that. Hey.
So that I find fun.
How cool.
This is a recent addition to the collection.
All right. Tell me about this.
It's purple.
Nice. All right. It's purple. All right. We don't want to miss anything. What's up there?
I don't even know. That's a guitar with some skulls.
There's like an Eddie Van Halen looking thing over here.
That is an Eddie Van Halen guitar.
Nice.
And of course, we can't miss over here the Gazzari's t-shirt.
Yes. Hey, Carlos Cavazzo, Vicky Cavazzo, you can order those.
Bangyourhead.us
Yeah.
is their website.
I have one. And we have Guns N' Roses over here, and Iron Maiden over here.
Steeler poster?
It's a Steeler poster.
That was a gift from a friend and customer.
Great.
Young Ingve, right?
He was great there.
Yeah.
He was so good there.
Was he around
This guy's
19 there?
crazy.
Yeah, he had to be pretty young. All right, let's take a look. And then, of course, when you come in, the drums greet you right away, the Kiss display. Are you guys excited about Eddie Trunk's interview?
Yeah, that'd be interesting to hear it.
It'd be funny at the very least.
I will.
And William's here, William Powell. William Powell runs the Sci-Fi Center. And if you guys watched last year, we did film live at the Sci-Fi Center. We went up there. Maybe we'll go up there again a little bit later. I'm trying to shake him down for Renfield tickets because I want to go see it. And but anyway, William's got a great place up there, and I've moderated a Q&A with Lloyd Kaufman of Troma, my former boss. I worked for Troma for a long time, and he has an amazing Troma Film Festival coming up. When is it, William?
May 12th and 13th.
May 12th and 13th. It's 2 days, and it's outside in the square. There's a square out here. You can't see it from here, and they're going to show Troma movies, and I'm going to be there, and you should be there. Romeo and Juliet, I'm in that movie, and I wrote a draft of it. Okay, show me what's back here.
We just got this. It's an Ozzy Osbourne.
That's cool. I like that.
Then a bunch of other items in the case.
There's an original what and say ah with the
That's
tongue.
original.
I've told this story before, but I used to know this young woman. She dated a guy who worked at a record store, and she would come in, and we knew her as the tongue chick.
Yeah, that was before it was banned.
That was before it was banned. Yeah.
And then we have our Metal Sludge shirt that Stevie sent to us after
Oh.
your last.
Yeah,
live
very
stream.
nice. Stevie really enjoyed the video. There's some underwear over here.
Those
Someone might have left.
Those are Ricky Rocket from Ricky Rocket's Drumworks.
Right.
Rocket Drum Works.
Yeah, the Rocket Drumworks. Those were given to us by someone who worked there.
Nice. Okay. A Slash Epiphone right here. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's a Slash guitar.
Batman just hanging out. And then look at all this cool stuff.
And then we have this.
Now
that
I
you know
remember
where that
this.
came
Yeah, you guys won this, and I'm so glad it went somewhere where it could be displayed, and it lives here. This is a Stephen Piercy stage used vest, and it's very cool that other people get to experience it. And right over it is an invasion of your privacy, which we should get signed at the next show. We should have
That
Stephen
would be
sign that. For you.
Actually, the one I'd love to get signed is the original Rat EP up there.
Oh yeah, he likes that, and he checks them. Every time Steven signs one, he flips it over to make sure it's an original. He told me the number. Maybe it's 100,000. There weren't that many. Here's Brides of Destruction featuring Scott Coogan of the Stephen Piercy Band. All right, let's
By Tracy Gunn.
signed by Tracy Guns. Yeah, not this Tracy, but the Mr. Orianthi.
No.
And then we got Funko Pops. Everybody knows I love Funko Pops, and these are the cooler of the rock ones. Tommy Lee head drumsticks, and the Iron Maiden ones, the Motley Crue Uncensored VHS, which I had at some point in my life. Now this is the Jeff Duncan kind of shrine right here. Both of these guitars belong to Jeff Duncan, right?
They do, yes.
Of Armored Saint
Yes.
and Odin. If you don't remember Odin, yeah, you can get the Odin chant going from the metal years. And he's currently on tour with Armored Saint, I think. Or he just toured. They opened for Wasp. So anyway, if you're here, you can come and check out the things. Johnny, these amps are better than the Punk Rock Museum, I'll tell you that.
Then we also have Jeff's Stage 1 Armored Saint vest up here.
Nice.
As well.
Look at that. Very cool. And
Bunch of stuff in this display case.
yeah, some tour books and some other books.
There's a 1977 Kiss Japan tour book.
Would that be this one?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. Look at that. Nice. All right.
All the items in here.
There's a Wasp drum head right there. The Paul Stanley soda. I have about 35 of these Kiss sodas unopened that I'm one day going to do some kind of reveal with them.
Yeah, I think we have 4 of them all together.
Nice. Yeah, that's very cool. And then the Trooper beer from Iron Maiden. Some cool guitar picks. There's I'm going to say that's Scott Snyder from Great White. Could be wrong.
It is.
Okay. And there's a Slash one right there.
He came in here with Michael T. Ross.
Yeah,
Just
gotcha.
brought him in here a
Yeah.
couple times.
All right. You hear Johnny in the back.
The story behind this Motley Crue guitar is it was Nicolas Cage's.
Wow.
When he moved homes from one home to the next, he got rid of a bunch of things, and that was
That's cool.
And that was gifted to him from Vince Neil.
Look at that. A gift from Vince Neil that Nicolas Cage didn't want. And and you can see Vince Neil in the upcoming Renfield movie. Is William Powell still here? No, he left. All right, and let's see.
Better way over here.
And then this looks like a refrigerator.
It is a refrigerator.
Yeah, which is always cool. John, you should get one of those.
That's our second one. The first one we have at home goes to 11, but
It-
this one only goes to 10.
This one goes 10. Johnny, if you won one of these, someone watching it, probably just send it to you. Johnny's interested. Look at that. It's well
I
stocked.
actually don't like the refrigerator I have, but I need a full size refrigerator. So,
And that's a Bluetooth speaker. The
Johnny has a Napoleon
That's
complex about refrigerators.
I like that.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
The stereo.
I'm going to get to everybody's comments, but for now, I just want to show you guys. Here is the Wall of Fame. There are so many people. It's a lot of Kiss on the one side, and we've got Stephen Adler and Blas Elias, good friend of mine, and Eric Turner from Warren, Jerry Dixon, all kinds of people. Eric Dover, Mark Torian. He was just on the show. That was one of the most popular interviews. There's Carlos Cavazzo, who is the most popular interview. And some of these people I used to make fun of, but I turned over a new leaf. So I just don't mention the people that I find humorous. There's the great Jeff LaBar, though, late great Jeff LaBar. And okay, let's go over here. We got some serious Kiss stuff over here. And this looks like a Vinnie Vincent signed guitar right there, right?
And the banner to your left as well. That's awesome.
Oh wow, that's great. Look at this.
Everybody.
You know, they said that the Vinnie Vincent is about to do another listening party type thing.
And Mark Torian is supposed to be a part of that.
Yeah, and so the two of the most reliable people I could think of under one roof. We should get the odds. If you folks are watching at home, what do you think the odds are that Mark Torian and Vinnie Vincent actually show up? Johnny, what do you think?
I think it's going to be great.
Yeah. Well, me and Johnny are waiting for our invites as well. Anyway, that's very cool. What is this here?
That is signed by somebody from Dio.
Craig Goldie.
Oh, okay.
Could it be?
Craig Goldie.
Yeah, it looks like Craig Goldie. Yeah. Very cool.
And then, of course, the Carlos Cavazzo Quiet Riot mask.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, very cool.
And then we have all of our Odin stuff over here.
Right. Odin. This is Jeff Odin and his past.
Yeah.
He
JJ
got-
and I met at an Odin show.
right. That is the
That's the significance of that. And Jeff and Nicole are very dear friends of ours. As
but
well.
if you I introduced them, I believe. Did you know that?
Did
A
you?
little bit of history. Yeah, at a thing called Kiss Mini Golf was doing this thing called Are You Smarter Than a Rock Star? And I was providing the rock stars for them. And then and then I brought Jeff in, and then they met, and the rest is history. And a miracle that they're still together, because no one ever is like that, except for.
Well, they're both awesome. So.
Yes, they're great people. Anyway, if you're an Odin fan, this is the Odin Museum. You can come down and see all this stuff and get a haircut. There's a Tommy Thayer Epiphone right there. I kind of like that. Sparkly is a Paul Stanley model right there. Gene bass. There's an Ace model guitar. Johnny, what do you think of all these Kiss
Yeah, it's
guitars?
cool.
It's pretty cool. And it looks like you got almost everything represented. You need a Bruce Kulick, I guess. Or maybe you guys are purists. Well, no, you can't be. You got Tommy Thayer. But do we hate Bruce Kulick?
No, we have his bobblehead.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I saw it.
We
That's
just
right.
don't have a lot, and I think we have Union over there as well.
Yeah, okay. Well, Bruce could come in here and get a haircut. And,
Please send him in anytime.
yeah, he would like it.
Love for him to at least come look around.
Psycho Circus drum head. Anyway, this is a cool
And
place.
then this is our most recent, biggest accomplishment.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This is last year, right? Best
2022 Best of Las Vegas.
Best of Las Vegas, which is a big honor here in Vegas. One of the biggest you can get if you have a local business, from the Las Vegas Review Journal. JJ, you just finished the haircut. How did it go? Oh, come on in. Yeah.
Wait, great.
Yeah.
Well.
Thank you. You look good. Look at that. Very stylish. You look good. Yeah. You did good. I'm sorry we had to turn the music off for this, but YouTube would take all my money. Okay. And there's
All right, you guys have a great
thank
day.
you, guys.
Good seeing you again.
And here's a hearing aid, and there's a metal ears. Here's a Stephen Piercy signed 8x10. I know that one. That was the Golden Nugget show. That was a fun show. That tour diary just came out this week. So if you guys want to see it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Also got the picture of Stephen and I from that same night down there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I recognize those walls. The Golden Nugget hasn't painted in a while. All right. Very cool. All right. Well, we're going to get Johnny's getting to work. It's in the...
You should come over here more often, John.
It's the Hippocratic Oath. When you become a barber, the rule is if you see a fellow barber in distress or hair, you grab a broom and you get to it. That's Johnny. He has a very strong Yeah, and he's very supportive. I should see if there's been any more super
Johnny's
chats.
amazing. I mean, he cuts hair, he plays guitar, and he sweeps the floor wonderfully.
Yeah, you should see. Yeah, he sweeps the leg too. He's incredible at it. Yeah, Johnny has a lot of skills that people don't aren't necessarily aware of. All right, here we go. Johnny, I was thinking that everyone is going to be doing podcasts now and cutting hair. Do you know what I mean, Johnny? Like all of a sudden, everyone's going, "Oh, I could do that."
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. All right.
Johnny.
I am sitting in the haircut chair, and now I can read some of your comments. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing some of the cool memorabilia here. Set this up a little better. Let's get this here. Johnny, you feel like cutting some hair? How's that? I think it was pretty good.
All right.
All right. Let me just take this off, and I'll put that on.
A little bit traditional.
Yeah, traditional. It looks like a clan. I mean, I don't know what traditions you're going with.
All this.
Oh, thank you, Tom. Sometimes I forget if you're cutting my hair or you're just caressing my neck. All right, let's see. I want to make sure everyone enjoyed the people enjoying the tour and seeing all the cool stuff. And
Right.
it's a lot of hair, Johnny.
There it is.
How many haircuts have you had in the last year?
I've been going a lot.
Yeah, you have your own stylist who does your hair.
Jennifer Stolman.
Jennifer Stolman. Yeah, that's Johnny's personal.
Do you need the guitar out of your way, or is it cool?
All right.
Now, I will point out that when you become a member of the channel, you do have a special privilege. You see this, Johnny? They get like a little thing, star, and then we can see your questions more, and we can be super thankful together. Yeah, they need a Johnny. Do you have one of your picks on you?
I got them in the car, yeah.
Okay, so Johnny's going to bring some of his picks in and donate to the display.
Awesome.
And Johnny's got some cool picks.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
We have to get a haircut fix.
That's funny, yeah, nice.
It does look good. I mean, it looks even. Everything looks like how it should.
That's with no maintenance at all.
Cut it at all. You're on your way to
Looking witchy, Johnny.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah.
What's it called? Typo negative.
Yeah. I'll be in Playgirl magazine before you know it. Or dead, whichever one goes with type of negative.
Really, looking good. It's not like last time. It was really unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we all were a little unhealthy this year. We're all, everyone's like on a health kick now. Everyone's thanking each other, positivity, eating better, drinking more water, hugging people they haven't seen in 7 years.
Plug.
It's a very upbeat world.
Do you need me to take my glasses off, Johnny?
Well, right now you don't need to do that.
Okay. This is the prepping stage.
Yeah, usually I would wash it in the sink, but
No, I did just take a shower and washed it with shampoo.
oh jeez, I mean, to get it wet.
Right. What she said. Yeah, coffee enthusiast points out that if you haven't seen last year's video, take a look. It was a little bit more shocking last year. I just trusted Johnny that he could cut hair.
My mom was here.
And Johnny's mom was here, and which was funny. And I said, what kind of shirt can I wear that represents hair cutting? So I wore a shirt that said, I shave my balls for this. And your mother she found it funny, and but she decided to read it out loud and laugh. But she's known, Johnny. Question for me is, what did I do at Trauma? And that's a great question. And then we have a super chat, which I'll get to. But Trauma, I was in a movie called Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a tiny part, and I was maybe 15. I had an agent in New York City. The agency was called Actors Reps. Bunch of bullshit. But anyway, I would go to a payphone in my high school, and I would call up, and I would ask if any gigs for me. And they said, well, we got this one thing for a company called Trauma. And I was a fan. Toxic Avenger, Class of Nukem High, Surf Nazis Must Die. And so I said, well, I want to do it. So I went, and I had a tiny part, and you can barely see me in the movie. But they called me a couple times to come back. My father had to go sign the release because I wasn't old enough. And I got to, but in the scene, It was filmed in Harlem, and it was a place called the State Building. It was a very hot building. There's a scene where a woman is supposed to get pushed out a window. A man did the fall dressed as a woman. Nowadays, that's acceptable. And I think my ears are filled with water and I can't hear. But anyway, then there was a naked woman, and what a thrill it was to be such a young person and see a naked woman. They did a pickup shot when she falls. Anyway, I got to know Lloyd Kaufman from Troma, and when I was a little bit older, my cousin became an intern there, and he said they need some people to work on a thing called the Troma-mercial, which was an infomercial. Ooh, my microphone. Hold on. I'm telling all these stories, but my microphone is actually not on me. Let me just put it on my hood. 1 second, folks.
That's not a hood.
Oh.
It's a key.
Sorry, excuse me. All right, I'm going to get to these questions, but I figure you guys want to hear more of my Troma story. So I went in, and they said they wanted me to be a script supervisor or something. I had no idea what that was. I learned on the spot. While we were filming that, they said, do you know any people who would be interesting? And I said, well, I know this guy named Dee Ramone, who would be amazing. And I got Dee Ramone to appear in this Troma infomercial. Dee showed up with bleached blonde hair. He looked like the Snow Miser from those Christmas specials. And we sent a car to the Chelsea Hotel to pick him up. And I made him sign about 50 Ramones records in the dressing room. And he left. He was mic'd, and he left with the microphone still on, and we had to send a PA to the Chelsea Hotel to get him. But, now that would be such a cool story looking back for that intern or PA, whoever it was. So anyway, we filmed this in a Troma-mercial, and there was a lot of famous people in it. My hero, John Avildsen, who directed Rocky and The Karate Kid, was in it, and a bunch of other people. Anyway, so they told me we need someone to play Kabuki Man, the guy who the guy didn't show up, doesn't have a suit or something like that, and we need somebody else. And they thought he was a fat slob, and I was younger. Anyway, like Johnny Bravo on the Brady Bunch, the suit fit, and I became. We take it off?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, I can keep it off. It's fine.
Okay. So the suit fit. I performed as the actor, Sergeant Kabuki Man. So I went from a tiny part in the movie to being the actual guy. For the next few years, Troma took me on the road. We went to France, we went to London, and went all across the United States as well. I appeared at toy fairs and licensing expos and San Diego Comic-Con. And so I did that for a long time. And then they convinced me to write movies for them. I wrote one called Raccoon Boy. It never came out. About a kid who lives in the woods and is bitten by a radioactive raccoon. Can't understand why it didn't get made. It sounded like a smash. And then I wrote a draft of a movie called Tromeo and Juliet. And a few people had worked on Tromeo and Juliet before me. He thought getting a young person to write it, he being Lloyd Kaufman, would be the move. It had to be in the iambic pentameter. How do you say that?
Pentameter.
Pentameter. See, how could I do it? So I tried to fake it. I thought it was stupid. And he said, Lloyd, you can either go to Cannes Film Festival or stay and finish the script. I said, you know what? I'm going to go to the Cannes Film Festival. He said, okay, let's look at samples of other writers. I saw one. I thought it was really bad. There's a lot of humor about vomiting, and he was sort of a performance artist. But anyway, I didn't think much of it. But Lloyd said, I think this guy will be good. Let's have a meeting with him. We went to Lloyd's house, and I remember being in the kitchen with the kids while they were baking cookies. And this up-and-coming writer was pitching what he had. What he ended up doing while I was in France was he rewrote the movie, and he came up with his own ideas. He didn't listen to the iambic thing. And so I received an additional material credit, and I performed in the movie as Sergeant Kabuki Man in the famous masquerade scene. The movie is a cult classic, and it's going to be playing here in New Orleans Square. But I will tell you that up-and-coming writer was a guy named James Gunn. And he may have gone on to be one of the biggest people in Hollywood. I went on to write adult movies, won an AVN award, things like that. At the time, when I was writing adult movies, he was writing the Scooby-Doo movies. And I figured, either way, someone's fast-forwarding this shit. But then he took off, and now he's going to run DC Studios into the ground.
Isn't Kabuki a dirty movie, too?
No. Well, yeah, there probably was. But Kabuki Man was family-friendly.
That doesn't sound for Kabuki doesn't sound family friendly.
I remember all the lines. I was the first accidental Oriental crime-fighting superhero. And then they hired an actor to play the Toxic Avenger for a bunch of commercials, or what they call bumpers. You would stay up all night. You say, stick around for the movie, and then you set it up, teasers, in and out. Anyway, the guy was a terrible actor, but he was very muscular. So what they did is they shot him wide, and they shot me wearing the Toxic Avenger mask close from the shoulders up. The Toxic Avenger mask has one eye that's dripping out, so you can only see through one eye. And I had to remember how to introduce movies. So I would say things like you're watching Cinemax or you would stay up all night. Stick around for a Nymphoid Barbarian and Dinosaur Hell, followed by Femme Fontaine, Killer Babe for the CIA, Croaked Frog Monster from Hell. It was a special skill to remember all these ridiculous titles. So I did that with Troma for quite some time before the music industry. I will tell you, though, I did get Lemmy from Motorhead, myself and a guy named David Schultz. We got Lemmy to be in Romeo and Juliet. And Lemmy only liked me. He wouldn't speak to anyone on the set but me. He later found an affection for Lloyd Kaufman. But he insisted that we have a Tromette with him, which is what they call the actor women. Lemmy prefers, I hope this is okay. Yeah, he's dead, it won't matter. A woman of color. And he also would, at that time, wanted a bottle of Jack Daniels. And when it was time to shoot his scene, he came down to the lobby. The car wasn't there when he came down. He vomited and went back up to his room. And then they sent another car, and he was ready. And that night, I went to see him play the Roseland Ballroom with a band called Black Sabbath. The lineup it was Motorhead and Black Sabbath. The lineup for Black Sabbath that night, it was Tony Iommi, Neil Murray, Cozy Powell, and Tony Martin. And anyway, I built a friendship with Lemmy, and when we promoted the movie, I was able to go to his house and a lot of interesting things. So that's some Troma history for you. And I'll be here on those days. I don't remember what they were, May something, for the Tromania Festival with Lloyd Kaufman. And you can see me in some of those movies, and we'll talk. Anyway, and Lloyd was on this channel, so you can take a look. Okay, let's look at some of your comments. First of all, Jason Holstein, thank you to Backstage Pass. I appreciate you are a member. Gabba, hey, we accept you, one of us. Johnny, I would like to offer you his sincere super thanks. Maybe you don't do that when you're cutting.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, all right, I'm learning. So thank you, Jason, for joining. I like the super chat. It makes you guys stand out. I can see who's who. Chris Topolinsky is saying a tip for Johnny. My favorite person, super talented in many ways. Jason, love your show. You rock too. So Johnny, it's $4.99 I owe you after YouTube takes your cut. Anyway, Johnny, I'll have to buy some dinner. Johnny and I are about to go on the road again. I hope that, and so all your money. Last time you guys were so nice and you bought us crabs. And what happened, Johnny?
Terrible.
Terrible. But not your fault. We appreciated the chance to eat. Headless Cross with Tony Martin is correct. Let's see. Debbie Rochon is awesome. Debbie Rochon was an incredible actress who worked for Troma, and she was also very attractive. Probably still is. Let's see. Someone's saying mullets are back in. I hope not. Was I Toxic? Yeah, and I did play Toxic Avenger a few other times. We were in the Cannes Film Festival, and the actor who was playing the Toxic Avenger was assaulted by the gendarme, and he was maced and was no longer able to perform. And we were doing a historic event with John Wayne Bobbitt. John, you know John, you know who that is?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, John Wayne Bobbitt, for those who might not remember, had his penis cut off by his wife. And she got so angry, she cut it off, she got in her car and drove away. And while she was driving, she realized the penis was still in her hand, and she threw it out the window.
And then she moved to Henderson.
Maybe. He did. He lives in Las Vegas. But the police found the member, and they put it in a 7-Eleven hot dog box and brought it to the hospital. And
Whatever happened to her?
I think she, I don't know. So many thoughts went through my mind at once. She's out there. She's,
She didn't get arrested or anything?
she did, but I believe they found that she had like a basic sentence, and they think that I don't know. She was nuts, is what I think they said. Yeah, usually when you
Cut off someone's wiener, you're nuts. or you're left with nuts.
Someone said I remind them of Todd Rundgren. Todd Rundgren was one of the cooler people that I'd worked with. We did a charity event, and Bill Murray was the host, and I directed this amazing show. And Todd Rundgren was really cool. We had guitars there, and when he got there, he said he played a chord, and he says, "There's no way I would play this guitar." And I said, "What was wrong?" I said, "It's an E flat." And he goes, "I've never written a song in a flattened key, and I will never play a guitar in a flattened key." And so we just tuned the guitar back to 440. But he was incredibly nice, and he's a punk influential guy producing dolls and all kinds of other cool things. But so in Todd we trust. But that day I hired Kip Winger to play bass, and Kip said, "We need it. You can't play Hello, It's Me without a keyboard player." And he said, "I know this guy Greg Giuffria, who hasn't played in 20-something years." And he showed up, Greg Giuffria. He looked like Robert Mitchum. And he was great. And he's very, very wealthy because he invented a thing in slot machines, I believe, that plays the music. And
it plays Hello, It's Me.
And every machine plays Hello, It's Me. And anyway, he's incredibly wealthy. And every now and then he'll dick around with Angel or one of those guys, but he's way too successful. This is a super, super duper, I don't know what they call this because the color is fantastic. Great. This is from Sean Wedland. Great show. Oh, everyone knows Sean, apparently. There are no better people than JJ and Tracy. You and Johnny are no slouches either. And there's no cooler place than get a haircut. More shows from there. So thank you so much,
Love
Sean.
you, Sean.
And JJ came over to thank you too, right in the middle of a haircut. But anyway, yeah, this place is great, and it is a fun atmosphere if you're a rock and roll type person. Like I said, normally there's cool music on. When we came in, they were playing Bottom Line by Rat, which is one of my favorite of the deeper tracks.
And if someone doesn't want to get their hair cut, they're more than welcome just to come in and look around.
Yeah, so if you just want to come see the
Take
memorabilia,
pictures.
take pictures, it's a cool place. Just make sure you promote, you drive business. How long have you guys been at this location?
Here, 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
We're going on 2 years, and then we were downtown
4 years.
for 4 years.
Yeah, I went to the grand opening of the first location, and there was all kinds of cool people. Frank Domino from Angel, which we talked about, he was there, and Carlos Cavazzo of Quiet Riot was there, and was Nadir there?
Yes.
Yeah, from London, and he was on the show. All these people have been on the show, and we had a really fun time. The mayor was there, and no, he didn't make it. The other mayor, the crazy one.
Oh, the lady?
Yeah, she named the day after you.
Going to the Riviera.
She also named the day after me, and I said that there's no taking it back now that she's nuts. Is she still the mayor?
I believe not.
Okay, who is the mayor of this town?
Don't know anymore.
If anyone knows at home who the mayor is, please Google it and let me know. I would tell you that in Las Vegas, the mayor is a bullshit title. You would think, well, how come the mayor doesn't take care of this or that? The mayor is really only responsible for a small area in the downtown area and possibly the Strip. But we have a lot of government here in Las Vegas. There's a lot of, so I live in a place called Paradise, Nevada. It's far from Paradise. And then I don't know what they call Johnny's area, but most people don't actually live in Las Vegas. And so each area has a different mayor. So the mayor that you hear about, in this case, Carolyn Goodman or her husband, Oscar Goodman, they were sort of the mayors of downtown. Does that sound right to everybody?
That sounds all right.
Okay. But I mean, it's very cool, and it is good to put a face on things. Oscar Goodman, Carolyn's husband, was a very famous part of Nevada history. He was the representative for a lot of the mobsters, and he is in the movie, was he in Casino?
Yes.
He's in Casino and playing himself. It's a striking job. And anyway, okay, so thank you so much. All right, let's see here. Jason Neal says, Todd Rundgren's been in Hawaii for the last 25 years, just mailed out some stuff to get signed yesterday. Yeah, I'm sure he'll return it. He's very nice. But he did go to Hawaii, and one of those later Dolls records was made in Hawaii as well. Seagull Rock Squawk says they wish they had hair. Brian Kirk was wondering if the new mayor may be Mayor McCheese.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, I'm not sure Mayor McCheese is allowed to operate anymore. ever since the Hamburglar terrorized the town of McDonaldland, I think Mayor McCheese has been laying low. Let's see. Okay. No, Oscar Goodman is not the mayor now. He's been gone for a while. Let's see. Every now and then, Chris, you remember Chris? He shows up and he's Chris, sometimes you're dumber than ever. He's saying something about me being shaky. I am diabetic, and I have a thing called essential tremor. So occasionally my hands shake, but better me than Johnny, who has a
I
scissor.
know a lot of barbers that have shakes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that is?
I mean, whatever medical reason, but they can still cut hair.
Are you ever scared, Johnny, when you're doing this, that you're going to stab somebody?
No.
Have you ever cut it?
Oh, yeah. And with a razor.
Like shaving?
Yeah.
Was
Like in
it?
barber school.
Oh, in school. Okay. Well, that's when you're supposed to get that out of your system.
Yeah, well, at the barber college, they know what they're getting.
True. Right.
Plus, they would all be drunk and falling asleep and moving around, like acne and stuff. You know, it wasn't like
Mm-hmm. One of the things I find fascinating about Johnny's barber skills is that Johnny is a very cleanly guy. He's a little bit of an OCD guy. I couldn't imagine, and this goes for JJ too, I couldn't imagine touching people's hair or heads. I don't think, I know I couldn't do this. This is a skill I don't have. I'm not a patient person. The glass is always half empty. You know what I mean? But Johnny, did you ever look at someone and go, I can't believe I'm going to have to cut this person's hair besides me?
it's in barber school. You know, if it was now, I just wouldn't do it.
Right.
But I mean, in barber school, you got to come in. Some people have lice, and I see it moving around, the bugs moving around. Be like, I can't cut it. You know.
Yeah. That's what I'd be afraid of.
Yeah.
JJ, you ever shave a Batman symbol in anyone's head?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Although someone asked me to do a Tony Stark goatee on him,
Did
which I
you?
did.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
took me a while, but I got it right.
Yeah, well, see.
Was that the guy from the Nerd Bar?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, it's been jumping in here. JJ's been cutting hair nonstop since we've been here. Thank God Johnny's here to back him up.
I don't know what I would do without him being here. So, Johnny, super thank you.
Anyway, there's nothing more entertaining than watching a grown man cut another grown man's hair. There's 175 people in here right now to watch the haircut heard around the world. I hope Ingve approves this time.
Care he thinks.
Yeah, he was.
I used to.
Yeah. Johnny, you were on a cruise with Ingve.
Yeah, I taught on a Axis and Anchors cruise. He taught on this, or he didn't really teach. He just kind of told everybody he didn't know who Richie Blackmore was.
Right.
I left right in the middle of that somewhere. I heard that.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, he's great. I still like listening to him play, but
Were there any shrimp left after Ingve was on the boat?
no, because he kept having mounds of it delivered to his
Cabin.
You know, I thought you were going to say that because.
Tris, thank you so much. I can't highlight the chats from here, but very nice to see you guys on my fair web show. And Tris, thank you so much for the super duper chat.
It was hilarious.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so speaking of cruises, a lot of you know Johnny and I are getting ready to embark on the Monsters of Rock cruise. We made a prediction on this show, I mean I did at least, that loudness would not be on the boat. They will not make it. There will be visa issues, there will be language issues, there will be no money, there'll be a problem. And Johnny, what happened?
Well, I guess they're not going.
They backed out. So instead of having Akira Takasaki, they found the American Akira Takasaki. Now, Johnny told me, did you hear who they added? And I said, Johnny, well, let's make a game of it. Give me a hint. And Johnny gave me 4 hints. Johnny, what were the hints?
Stonewashed jeans.
Right.
High top gym shoes.
Right.
Kaja Gugu.
Kashagugu
And a tiger.
and a tiger. I didn't figure it out. Now, I'm sure somebody who's reading already knows who it is. But It is Lynch. I don't think you could say that name anymore. But George Lynch's band, Lynch Mob. He got rid of the name because it was offensive, and then he brought it back because I guess now it's not as offensive.
And that's ironic because he didn't like the haircut either, and he said he'd rather be scalped than get a haircut from me. Scalp my Indian.
Well, we are going to see him on the cruise, and maybe you guys can settle it. Anyway, so that's Lynch Mob is on the cruise. There's nothing better than having a lynch mob running around in Haiti. You know, I hope the Haitians don't find out. We're not supposed to say Haiti. You're supposed to say the island of Labadee, but it's Haiti.
We talked about what's going to happen there.
Yeah. Jizzy Pearl likes to perform there with his band Love Haiti. All right, let's see here. We have people excited for George Lynch. Can't wait to see you two. I don't know. I mean, I think DJ Fouquet or whatever his name is, he always tries some saltos, but I don't know. He says he's going to see us on the cruise. Can't wait. I don't even know what any of this means. But thank you guys so much for all this support and all this new member thing. If you guys have just joined us, we've unveiled a brand new YouTube member partnership where you can watch videos and you have VIP access. And I was thinking, by the way, if we get enough of these members, but we do private shows just for them, not in the adult sense. But maybe we could just chat with members, and then you can get your questions in, and you don't have to compete with some of these idiots. Although we don't have too many idiots today. They're thrown off by the time change. Charlie.
I think I know who that one guy is.
You do?
Maybe.
We'll talk about that off the other. Charlie says, don't get off the ball in Haiti. Now, Frank Potvin, or Frank, I'm sorry, says, I've been to Labadee with 70,000 tons of metal. In 2019, it's a private tourist enclave with a few locals allowed to see your stuff at this one spot in a few stores. Okay. He's saying it's safe. Well, you never know when they could be invaded.
I'm going to go to Starbucks.
Yeah, in Labadee? Yeah, it's no problem.
Wonder if I'll be able to use my rewards. Sorry,
Internationally, yeah. Sean says, you guys ever talk about one of the greatest rock and roll bands, TKO? Johnny probably knows who they are. Adam Blom was in that band. I know TKO. I didn't know Adam Blom was in it. Do you remember TKO, Johnny?
Yeah.
We had some fun metal.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Adam Blom was just here recently. Franck says, because I speak French and they recognize my accent from Montreal, it was fun chatting with them. You can say French that way. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Johnny, do you speak French?
Jack Benny.
Only the Rush lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Benny.
Can you loop that?
And open an act for my show.
All
There's
right.
also some French in this new Lady Gaga.
They said before you do
Yep.
that,
This is a six-pack version of Preliminary. Pretty good to taste.
all right, yeah. First show, meet me at the Tavern in Reno.
The Wednesday Addams is from that movie.
Oh, is that the Ham song?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Do you know it?
Oh, it's
I
huge.
didn't know that.
Oh, that one's
I'm
big.
like, is anybody going to know this? I'm trying to learn this crazy song.
Of all the songs you've mentioned that you've been learning, that probably is the most viral song.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah.
And
The Wednesday Addams dance has gone viral.
Yeah.
And people want to hear it.
Yeah, so
My hair's a little knotty, Johnny. You notice that?
that?
Okay. Does that happen normally?
I mean, I think it's okay.
All right.
Yeah.
How are we doing back there? What do you think?
Put a little bit of a layer in there. I'm still kind of long. I haven't decided how short to cut the length yet, but I put in one layer and I'm going to put in another one.
Most people who saw Johnny's last haircut that I know thought that Johnny's layering was actually the key to it and that it looked really good. I agree. And led to healthier hair.
Jack Benny brought his show to New York once. And yet, the hotel room was booked for all his cast members. And I
Yeah, people enjoying the Wednesday dance.
Who was the African American who was on the Jack Benny show.
Any major storms you've been stuck in while
Eddie
playing?
Anderson, who was a brilliant actor.
I don't really know that. Johnny, have you ever been stuck in a storm while playing?
Rochester can't stay here. Okay. See ya.
I don't know. I mean, it kind of rained when we were in Florida.
Yeah, that's true. No, we did. Johnny, there was a gig, a Piercy gig, that it rained the entire time. Iowa State Fair, maybe?
Oh, right.
I think that was it. It was the last Morissette gig. She was
That's
like,
right.
and just from beginning to end, it rained. The stage was covered, but nothing else. We had really bad high tide. You can watch that in the tour diary. And if you're a member of the channel, and you can sign up now if you're not, I'll send you the latest tour diary when I get home from here. I had a trip planned. We were doing Sin City Center show in Texas, in Houston. And I was going to play a few punk rock tunes with the Sin City Rejects. Anyway, they advised us not to get on the plane because they thought a hurricane was coming. We were going to play a place called the Warehouse. Anyway, the hurricane was called Hurricane Harvey, which is the big bunny rabbit from the Jimmy Stewart movie. And anyway, the gig was canceled, and thank God we didn't get on that plane because we would have been stranded. Anyway, someone pointed out that Atlantis' electricity went out. Her electricity did go out, but somehow the tracks managed to stay on. Let's see here. It rained at Picktown Palooza. I don't remember that one. I remember the name.
Oh, that's you know what happened there.
Is that the heart attack?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Picktown Palooza. Okay, yeah, that's right. It did rain.
Oh, was it that one?
No, I think you're right. I think, well, I remember it rained at that show where Eric had the heart attack. The skies opened up, the rain came down, and Eric had a heart attack. And then, thankfully, he is okay. I think. People have been asking for Dr. Paul Shortino. I don't see him, but he was in the chat the other morning. And I asked, he recommended a form of fish semen for curing various diseases. And I asked him, where have you been? And he said, this fish isn't going to just extract the semen itself. And I chuckled. And that was the last I've heard of, Hold on 1 second, Johnny. Is it all right to pause for 1 second?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm just going to move over here. I just want to look over here, and I want to, and then we'll get rid of that. Okay. DJ, whatever his name is, I had to put him in a timeout. He's unfunny keyboard warrior, obnoxious, monopolizing the chat. I don't know if Sin City Collector is here.
Who's he making fun
But both of us. And he's just trying to get attention. He's just obnoxious.
I think from now on, it should be a one strike, you're out.
Yeah, I should have blocked him, and I will. I will tell you that anyone I've ever blocked for being a loudmouth was never a subscriber. You know what I mean? They're just
Right.
and it takes away from the chat the people who really just want to have a good time.
Ban him, and then everybody can super thank us.
Yeah, that's right. So he'll be back in probably 5 minutes, and then we will ban him. No, it says he has a timeout for 300 seconds. That'll teach him, right?
Yeah, see, that's the thing nowadays. They don't punish people the way they should because everyone's so nice and everything's kindness, and they really should bring back some kind of like bring that
Corporal punishment.
right, like they do like in other societies.
Oh, here's Dr. Paul is here. He said barbicide sounds like what barbers do when they get tired of cutting hair. Yeah, the room likes it. But, all right, so yeah, and I get we try to ignore people, but we don't want people
It
monopolizing.
should be a totalitarian society.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little bit of socialism.
Yeah,
I think Bernie, he's on the
yeah. I listen. I know he's not indicted. Let's see.
All 36 of those are huge to talk about. It's amazing the stuff they come up with.
Bullshit.
So, what, 36? Big deal. a few little mistakes. What would he do? Like you've never done anything wrong? 36 seconds. They're all liars. Number one, liar. Number two, liar. Number two. But anyways, 36 of them. All making it up. Witch hunt. I found a broom and a hat in my closet this week. Complete witch hunt.
I saw that Trump has like blonde. His hair's like blonde now, and he's
Fish.
and he's got gigantic boobs. And then I thought, which is the liar with the blonde hair and big boobs? Stormy Daniels or him? It's very confusing. Now, let's see. And we're not talking politics. We're talking legal here, by the way, just for the record. You guys vote for whoever the fuck you want, even if they're in prison. And let's see. Jason, you need to have Lloyd Kaufman on and have a whole day devoted to my trauma days. It says trauma days. They were a little traumatic at times, but Lloyd has been on the show, and when he's here, like I said, I will moderate a Q&A with him out in the street here. You guys ever hang out here at night? It's gonna be scary. But,
Usually once we're done, we go home.
yeah, William Powell is a military man, though. I think he can handle.
Yeah.
He can handle. Anyway, but I'll be out there in the square and we'll talk trauma, and maybe we'll do some content for you guys as well.
That's when the cuckoos come out.
Yeah.
At nighttime, it's like Omega Man.
Yeah.
Will likes to hold a lot of events there. He keeps
He
it
does. He
lively.
had a wrestling event that people seem to think. I heard was very good.
He had the wrestling event. Usually, once it gets warmer, he does drive-in movies in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm. He likes to. He does also like Jack the Ripper mystery night.
Yeah, it was supposed to happen a few weeks ago, but it was canceled because several of the cast members were ill, I believe.
Right.
So it had to be canceled.
That really is. That should have been Murder on the Orient Express. Let's see here. But yeah, tell me some of the other businesses in the plaza. Did you guys go to any of these places?
We actually have, I think they're new since you were here last, Avant Pop Books.
I saw the sign. Yeah,
It's a mom and pop bookstore.
that's cool.
They have a lot of cool and interesting stuff in there, and they hold events. They hold different readings, poetry, books. They have authors in there, and then sometimes they collaborate next door with the Office of Collections.
Okay.
Jessica next door has a whole, it's a small museum of different collectible items.
Wow, I had no idea that was there.
Yeah, and so she has.
I thought Office of Collections were the people who were coming after my taxes.
No, she has collectibles in there.
Very cool.
Most of them are miniatures, but they collaborate often.
Johnny's sensitive about the short term.
They have a lot of events together because she has a nice setting in there, so people go in there and do that. Sadly, we lost the coffee place.
Oh, the coffee place. What happened? We don't have to say.
Yeah, the pandemic happened.
Yeah, no,
So
and it was
we lost
hard on a lot of businesses. I see you have Sister Kim's,
Oh, we have Sister Kim's.
which William loves. I think he was having some when I was up there.
He does. Their food is large.
Yeah.
They have these loaded fries that fill up an entire container.
Mhm.
Um,
It's like soul food, all right? Kind
yeah,
of? Yeah. And, all right. So,
burgers and sandwiches.
you know, Vegas is coming back. You know, when you go out now, it's hard to believe it's busier now than I think I've ever seen it in my life. People were cooped up so long that they want to come back and they want places to go. And these downtown areas are getting there. You know, Punk Rock Museum, Nightmare Toys in the Arts District, the stores here in Norman Square. There's a lot of things. So if you want to come to Vegas,
And we stay very busy because we still only charge $10 for a haircut.
yeah, I should have mentioned that. $10 for a haircut. That's a pretty damn good deal.
Yeah, so that keeps us busy, very busy. When everything else has gotten extremely expensive, we're still affordable.
So most people call and make a reservation.
We only take walk-ins.
Just walk-ins. Okay,
Yes.
so it's first come, first serve.
First
You gotta
come,
get here.
first serve.
I mean, JJ moves fast, and most people are not having like what I'm having done. They're getting just a normal haircut, and yeah, and it's great. And you know, you get all kinds of folks, all kinds of different haircuts. I think if you like the rock and roll, it's definitely fun in here.
I fly 5.5
But,
miles. It took me 5.5 hours to get here.
He flew 5.5 hours to get here.
From where?
Boston.
Boston.
For
Wow.
Krispy Kremes and a haircut.
You flew all the way from Boston, and boy, your arm's tired.
Speaking of Boston, these glasses
Hmm.
are from Spectacle Eyewear
That's right.
in Boston. So you have to go visit them.
We're going to be in the Boston area. Maybe you can come see us.
You're welcome.
New Hampshire, right? Is that what it's called?
That's what it.
We're going to be in that area.
Out our way with the
All right, guys. I'm trying to read your questions.
Figure it should be the same.
I like these new
Absolutely.
super members.
I will. And
Things
next
stand out
I'll
better.
try to need a haircut again.
Fellow Bostonians here.
So, yeah. All right. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Let's see. I'm avoiding the politics stuff because it's all silly. It really means nothing. Let's see. Just checking it out. Yeah. Sister Kim's got a thumb up. I should point a thumbs up. It's Sista. Sista. Sister Kim. And does Sister Kim cook it herself?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you can go in there and visit.
It's a mom and pop.
Yeah, that's
place.
good though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 168 people glued to their screens watching Johnny Monaco in action. And yeah, what a great time to be alive. Johnny Monaco cutting hair.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thankful. And then this Friday we head to Austin, Texas. We've been in Texas a lot, Johnny.
Yeah, well, they like us there.
They do. Everything's bigger in Texas. And then we're only there until Sunday, and then hopefully we'll come home.
We got a gig Sunday night.
Yeah, and you'll be at the Luxor? Aria. So if you guys want to see Johnny not sing,
That's a weird gig.
you can swing by it.
No singing on that gig.
Visit johnnymonaco.com. Are your dates for that on there?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys want to see Johnny and you want to buy him dinner or buy him a looper, you can do that. Just go to johnnymonaco.com and find out where he'll talk to you. He's very nice like that.
I have a looper. I have two. Thanks to Ron
Yeah.
and our good friend. Mr. Sanchez.
Mark, yeah. Since the collector makes a great point, and Jay, thank you. 900 East Liberace Avenue. That's where we are. It's on the first floor, B101.
That is correct.
And it used to be called Karen, but Karen has become a derogatory term now. Right, Johnny?
Thank you.
You know, people. So they didn't want to keep the name Karen because every middle-aged white woman who would come in here and think they could cut hair better would complain, and it was becoming a problem. And then they'd go into Sister Kim's and try to order bagels and lox, and it just wasn't working. And so anyway, they decided, let's go with somebody much more politically correct, and Liberace. And so, Johnny, you ever see the Liberace movie?
I don't think I have.
Michael Douglas plays Liberace,
Probably good.
and Matt Damon plays his lover, Scott Thorson, and they sodomize each other in the movie.
Thank you.
And spoiler alert. Anyway, I used to live on Wilbur Street, and the house behind me was Liberace's house, where all of that lovemaking occurred. And Scott Thorson was not only Liberace's lover and limousine driver, but he also was part of the Wonderland John Holmes murders. He was in the room when John Holmes was apprehended, sort of. And if you know that story, you know. Anyway, let's see here.
And
So,
they're
yeah.
also supposed to be opening the Liberace Museum here in the center somewhere.
Oh, that would be great. Well, that's perfect.
We're
No
just
wonder.
not sure where, but somewhere in Commercial Center.
That's great. They used to have one, and I thought it was a shame that they got rid of the Liberace Museum. And yeah, that's what you need. Yeah, Liberace. Johnny, you like Liberace, right?
Mm-hmm.
I saw Liberace once in my life in person at a thing called WrestleMania. In 1985, Liberace was the guest timekeeper, and my father was nice enough to take me to WrestleMania. He hated the idea of going to WrestleMania, but he was supportive. He did tell me that the outcomes of the matches were going to be fixed, but I didn't believe it. Let's see. Okay, some of this stuff, you guys got to be a little bit more specific. I don't know what the hell you're saying. Billy Bongwater said he saw John Holmes for Starwood once. He looked like he needed a shower. That's pretty cool that you got to see him. Liberace, best dressed in Vegas. That's from Joe Mannix. Johnny's partial to Cannon. Was Cannon in Vegas or no?
No, LA.
LA, yeah. And Mannix
Sunset Towers.
was San Francisco or something? I'm not sure. But for Vegas, we had Dantana. How could I forget Dantana? I was going to say Robert York, really, but yeah. Dantana's office was right next to Circus. They did tear it down, sadly. All right, let's see. The numbers are just jumping. We're just closing on 200 people now. 4:33 p.m. 4:33 p.m. local Las Vegas time. Normally we start these shows at 5, but they close here at 5, so we wanted to do it a little early. And Johnny has a lot of work to do. And as
We close at 6.
oh, close at 6. I take it back. So, by the way, if you're watching at the sound of my voice, come on down and get a haircut. This seat just opened for the first time, and JJ can give you a haircut for $10. For $10, not bad. Right. Is Dantana's where Dean Martin and Tony Curtis? Well, that is true. That's the bar Dantana's. We're talking about Robert York's character on the show Las Vegas. Liberace was earning $25,000 a week back in 1972. Not bad. And, let's see here. Anyway, we're going to be this month. We're going to be in Austin. Then a couple weeks after that, we're going to go to Tucson, Arizona. The bill is going to be in order: Slaughter, Great White, and Stephen Piercy, and Voice of Rat, if you didn't know. And it's a fair. And I'm going to go, and I'm going to go on the ride. Johnny, you going to go on rides this time? Last time, Jerry Montano used to be my fair buddy. He's no longer with us. But so maybe this time, Johnny. If not, I go by myself. I'm always up for a good affair. Let's see. Yes, okay. Heavy Metal Beer Club is going to be at the Tucson show. So make sure you say hello, and I would be happy to give you a very heartfelt thank you when I see you. I'm trying to also get more people on the tour diaries. If you've come to the shows, you've probably seen yourself on the show. I'm trying to. I can't tell you how many times people, nice people, stop me or Johnny. Johnny has a whole career besides this nonsense, but and people are very nice and seem to enjoy it. Let's see. Richie is concerned the haircut is taking forever. I will tell you that Johnny does not. He takes passion in his craft, and he doesn't do things fast. This is why I can cut hair. I would get bored.
Yeah, I mean, it's right.
This is a lot of hair. Also, Johnny doesn't cut long hair very often. Am I the last person with long hair you cut, Johnny?
I think so.
Because I know you cut the Ticket Boys' hair, but those guys don't have long hair. But they do like to hang out with Fat Mike from No Effect. All right, let's see here. Recent facelift on Stephen's website looks different. Yes, they've updated. A lot of big things coming for Stephen Piercy. I've also hinted that he's going to make a major announcement here. He is. It is still on. And it's either going to be recorded tomorrow or while we're on the road this weekend. But yeah, that is coming. You're going to be interested in what Stephen has to say. There's also a Rat box set. For the first time, 5 Rat albums re-released on vinyl. Comes with a replica tour book, guitar pick, a bunch of things. And I think it's going to be a big seller and going to be an exciting time for Rat fans. So, all right. Has Johnny ever used a Flowbee?
No.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's that thing. Remember from back in the day, you just run it across your head and it sucks. It's like a vacuum, but it cuts the hair.
Oh, yeah, kind of. Is that like a Ron Popeil thing, like the Pocket Fisherman?
Maybe.
JJ, have you ever used a Flowbee?
No, I've always joked about it though.
Yeah.
Always said I wanted to keep a Flowbee up there and see who reacts and how they react to it.
Yeah.
Someone asked Johnny if he's ever used a Flowbee.
Oh, I see the DJ is back. So far, can't wait to party with you two studs on the cruise. I'm gonna wait for Johnny to decide your fate, DJ. He can thank you, and he can also take you away. Jason, I've been meaning to ask. Any idea why the Rat EP isn't on iTunes licensing? I assume. So there's a few things about that, and most of it's not my place to say. But the Rat EP is 40 years old this year. Stephen Piercy, I believe, does own it, and so he was saying that he will release that record on his own. It's not in the Atlantic box set, obviously. So anyway, that I think you'll see some more. Any more Stephen auctions coming soon? I think that's a possibility. I think after the box set, maybe we can do some signings with Stephen to sign some of those records and contents in the box set. You can just get it from him, so we can do that. So check my channel. I want to do more of those live events. I'd like to do some here. I think this would be a good place to have someone. Pierre, this is a rock and roll spot. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and JJ's up for it.
Anytime.
And let's see. And why was the Rat Attack record recorded with George Lynch? I don't know. That one I don't know the answer to. I apologize. Is the box set to Rhino? Not sure. I'm assuming. Oh, Jesus, Johnny, getting rough. I don't know the answer to that one. I think Rhino owns Electra. I'm not sure what the deal on Atlantic is. Hard to keep up. But it seems good. I mean, we're going to ask Stephen. Johnny, I think he just stuck a scissor into my face. We're going to ask Stephen who was involved with some of these ideas, because I can tell you, this is going to sound shocking, but the members of Rat don't always get along. Yeah, so it is. Yeah, it is vinyl, and from what I've seen, the prices are actually pretty fair. That 180 gram vinyl is expensive. I believe the box set is going to retail for around $200, and 5 albums on vinyl, a poster, a replica tour book, and a guitar pick, and maybe some other thing. So it's not bad. And if you're a vinyl collector, which is big again. Now, Jason Neal, who is, I think he's still watching, he works in a record store, and he represents the young vinyl people in my life, besides Michelle, obviously. And he's telling me that the kids are into cassettes again. You guys believe that?
Cassettes.
Cassettes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, cassettes are back, and it seems like people want to have something that's retro. They like to have a physical, collectible item, even though most people don't have a cassette player anymore. Maybe they'll market them. I like cassettes because I grew up with them, but I couldn't imagine ever wanting to go back to a cassette. Johnny, do you still have cassettes?
I do in Aunt Marge's basement because I don't want to get rid of them, but I don't use them.
Yeah. In the Punk Rock Museum, they have a sneaker box, and on the box it says Johnny's tapes. It looks like not Johnny Monaco, but Johnny Thunder. And they have a bunch of his original cassettes and demos and those type of things. They also had an amazing collection of punk rock 8-tracks that I thought was really cool. I couldn't imagine playing an 8-track, but just seeing the original boxes was cool. But anyway, supposedly cassettes are back. Now's your chance. And Sin City Collector decided that we've had enough of DJ Fuki. And so thank you, Sin City Collector, for, and by the way, the Sin City Collector has had his hair cut here. Jay has had his hair cut by JJ. He's a walking testimonial. And yeah, and thank you. Okay, so let's see here.
And I give a super thank you for him coming in.
Yes, you're getting Johnny standing in front of the camera.
Oh, sorry.
Johnny's backside is the star of the show. So Jay, super thanks from JJ. Yeah. Jay says he threatened somebody in the audience. So, well, thank you, Jay. It was time to go. I probably should have put him in the 300-second timeout if I just got rid of him. People are stupid. I doubt we'll see him on the boat, but it would be funny. That's the thing about, when you do these shows, you spend your life sitting on camera and people know us, but we don't know them. And so sometimes.
It's a pretty good length.
You,
How do you feel about the length?
What do you guys, JJ, what do you think? Tracy, what do you guys think?
Looks good.
What does the audience think?
Not quite as short as it was last time.
Yeah, not quite
I
sure.
think it looks good.
I'll fit a little longer. I mean, put some layers in it.
I think maybe we go a little shorter, no?
It's up to you.
Well, first, before we do that, Marshall 1104 has just become a member of the Backstage Pass. And Marshall, for that, we all say thank you. I think maybe go a little shorter. Some people are saying looks good, length is good. It grows so fast, and then we're going to be, I'm going to be jet setting around in Haiti. And Joe Manick says short enough. Someone else says don't go short. A lot of people are scared. Johnny, what do you think?
Well, when it dries, it's going to be a little shorter.
Okay.
But I just wanted to give it some body. And,
when my hair gets really long, I end up just wearing it in a ponytail. And then what's the point? So I like it when it's short enough to just let the locks out, as they say. Speaking of Kiss, you hear about Ace Frehley discussing some dirt. We talked about it a little bit. And Chris P, this is Chris P, not Crystal the idiot. It's happened. The Eddie Trunk interview has happened. Paul Stanley did not apologize. And you can hear that later. Eddie Trunk really making major news. He is a Las Vegan now, part-time. Has he come down here?
He has been in here before.
Right, he was filming something. Or what was it?
He came in for a haircut,
Mhm.
but there were a lot of people ahead of him, and he had a flight to catch.
Oh,
But he
okay.
did have a chance to look around.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's got to come here and get his haircut, maybe before the cruise. Let's see. Uh-oh, Michelle Lane is concerned that we stop cutting. She's nervous. Chris, you're such a moron. Jay, when you think that Chris is obnoxious enough, you can put him in a timeout. You don't have to ban him. Okay, let's see how everything's going here. Grateful for everybody watching. Grateful. I know this is not the usual exciting fanfare of me, Johnny, sitting around talking about things, but you are witnessing a live haircut from Get a Haircut here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Is this considered downtown?
I think we're still just considered central or
Okay.
possibly. Are we Paradise here? I'm not sure. We're
Winchester.
yeah
Winchester, that's another one. Yeah.
We're downtown adjacent.
Mhm.
Because just right across the street at Sahara, that's back to the city of Las Vegas, which is downtown. So
Gotcha.
we're pretty close.
Okay, I'm just trying to read some of your comments. People enjoying the haircut. Culture Pulse. Jason, wife and I just love you and Johnny, and the tour vlogs are epic. Johnny, you play those guitar leads great. Well, thank you, Culture Pulse. I'm thanking you for Johnny as well. He's concentrating, and I don't want him to stab me, but he appreciates you. And if you really want to hear Johnny play great leads, go listen to his music. You'll like that even more. Jason reminding me, this is Chris, so you know it's stupid. Jason's reminding me of Brunt Muscat all of a sudden.
He's been in here.
Yeah, I believe it.
He brought his son in for a haircut.
Surprised. No comments. Let's see here. And Joe Manick says he'll be here on the next trip. I think everybody should come here. If you're in Vegas, if you want to freshen up and get a haircut and come to a cool spot and see some cool things. And again, there's other cool things to do in the square.
Get some cool comics, eat some good food,
Yeah,
get a haircut.
there's a lot of fun things to do. One-stop shopping. And it has a fun old-fashioned New Orleans Square. You feel like the Hunchback might be roaming around back by the wishing well. Who else am I managing? I am not managing anyone. I'm managing this channel. That's my priority now. Stephen Piercy in this channel. I don't work on anything else. But yeah, if you tune in this Friday, we're going to have a brand new interview at 10 a.m. I don't remember who it's going to be. It's going to be Simon Daniels or Lee Aaron. It could be Stephen Piercy. But the point is, if you become a member or sign up for Patreon, link in the description, you'll watch it first. And we'll get that out to everybody this evening. All right. Oh, JC. JC, I'm having a hard time with your last name. I don't know how to say it. Safes. Anyway, JC, thank you so much. Actually, thank you. Is that good, Johnny?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very believable.
Thank you. I like when that you approve, yeah. And yes, get a haircut, 900 East Liberace Avenue. Come on down. You could come down today. I apologize that I promoted this a little late, which has been so crazy with other things. Otherwise, I would have said, someone come down here right now, and Johnny could have praised your hair. Let's see. Billy Bongwater says he'll Uber there from the MGM. Perfect.
An Uber from the Strip is cheaper than a haircut on the Strip.
Yeah, that's right. Not a bad idea. Yeah, definitely. Come down here. Michelle Lane enjoys Johnny's shirt. I didn't really say that. Johnny, is there a theme to that shirt?
Yeah, Heisenberg.
Oh, right. I should know. Okay, so Johnny's giving me the first look at the hair. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, obviously it's not.
It's going to shrink up a little bit when it's dry, but
Well, what do you think? And what is America and the world? Actually, I have a worldwide audience.
It's
Oh
still-
yeah, it feels
it's not-
shorter when I touch it.
it's still not really ready, but it's kind of.
Okay, yeah, but when I touch it like this, it feels like that's the good length. We should stop. Maybe people are right. On the camera, it looked like it was like, oh, it's super long, but I think this is pretty good.
Yeah, I left it a little longer than last time, but.
But I think the layers and things are going to make it look cool.
Mm-hmm.
Someone would like an update on Johnny's Patreon.
It's on the short list.
On the short list, right under his record. And speaking of your record, Johnny, when can people expect She Said She Found Her Soulmate?
Right after I learned how to loop.
Mm-hmm. The looping got in the way of everything. Now he's busy. Now he's a Las Vegas Strip entertainer, playing 5-star hotels. So he will get it done. Desmond says, awesome job, Johnny. How does Bitsy do when I'm on the road? Bitsy does very good when I'm on the road. If I'm only out for a couple days, she's fine. If I'm going to be on something like a cruise, Michelle comes and takes care of her for at least a couple of the days. So she's very old and sleeps most of the time. Not Michelle, the cat. How about the Golden Robot winner? Yeah, well, that's a great point. I will be honest with you. When I got that cancer thing, I put it on hold because the last thing I wanted to do was listen to music. And anyway, I think we have a winner. I have to go back and review. I did have a nice talk with Mark Knight from Bang Tango. He chose who he liked, and we're getting there. Maybe in the next week or two, we will announce the winner. But it's coming, and they're going to get a record deal, and Golden Robot will be happy. Rudy Simmons, good look emo. Mm-hmm. Billy Bongwars, I will let you do whatever you want with my hair. I just trust someone. It will be you with the sharp things. I love the layers. I like it. Looks great. Great job. People are excited. Well, anyway, if you want to... now I think it's just being ridiculous. Anyway, if you check out JohnnyMonaco.com and give him some love. He'll have a Patreon soon that you guys can go over there and tip him.
Did you see you didn't have a hair dryer?
Like,
I wondered, you know, it's funny, when we left, I go, there was something they didn't have last time, and I couldn't remember what it is, and then I couldn't remember why was my hair wet. Now I remember. Yeah, they don't do these things.
Yeah, well, the regulars, you don't really so.
Have you ever interviewed
Best I
Triple
can
Stag? No.
It's fine.
Is there?
How's that?
Floby?
Like a hair dryer?
no, it's instead of using air cans, it's just an air blower.
No, it's fine. It's funny.
It's going to look damn good.
I think it's about right. I think it looks right.
I
I should have brought a hair dryer.
I appreciate everybody who's been staying with us for the last, I don't know how long we've been here, 2 hours, right? 2 hours. Watching a haircut live from Get a Haircut. We put aside some of the usual hijinks to bring you this show. What do you think?
I think it's pretty close.
Yeah. Sometimes I forget. I sit here and I go, I think I just went blind, and then I realize I just don't have my glasses on. Let's see. Yeah, now Scott, Steven, and Oz Fox know who to call for their haircut. That is true. I don't know who does Steven's hair. Never really heard him mention it. Sometimes I assume Christy does it, but I'm not positive. So anyway, we're going to be in Austin this weekend, and then after that, Tucson, and then after that, Monsters of Rock cruise. In May, we'll be at the world famous Pig and Whiskey Festival. Where was that? Missouri, right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh. Well, we were somewhere interesting. You just asked me about it.
Is it Oklahoma, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe it's Oklahoma. I don't know. Well, we're going to be in Oklahoma, and there's all kinds of dates that have been added that are not official, can't be announced. So, but some good cities coming up. We're going to be in Missouri a lot. If you live in Missouri, get ready to see Stephen Piercy, and more importantly, me and Johnny.
Mickey's there.
And Mickey will be there too. I don't think Mickey's watching today. Johnny is a man of many talents. True. We're just wasting time with Jason and Johnny. Yes. Hey, Jason, any chance you could get Rod Swenson for an interview? Anybody know what Rod Swenson is? You've stumped us on Rod Swenson. Tell me who it is. I apologize. I'm not like Eddie Trunk. I don't know every single.
Came up with those dinners.
Oh, that's Swanson. Like, he was very good. The food tasted better on the tinfoil. You know what I mean? You got the brownie in the middle, and then maybe had a little corn, and then you had like a Salisbury steak with some gravy. What did they put in the? Oh, mashed potatoes, right?
Cranberries.
That was the other dessert in the middle, the little square. That never cooked properly. But I could talk about Swanson dinners all day. I'm pretending your iPad is a giant novelty phone. This show is always time away. So thank you, Jason. I'm telling you, this members thing, if you're not in on the members, you got to get in there, especially if you watch regularly, because I can see your names and you stand out from all the other folks. Johnny takes this very serious. Look at how hard he's working.
Apparently, Rod Swenson was in the Plasmatics.
Oh, the Plasmatics. I should have known that. Well,
I
yeah.
know who Wendy Williams is, but I didn't know any of the other members.
We had on Jean Beauvoir, who's Kiss related. He wrote some Kiss songs. Can't remember off the top of my head. But he was in the Plasmatics. And you know who he is, right, Johnny? He's an African-American guy. He's got a blonde mohawk. He's very famous, Jean Beauvoir. And he did the soundtrack for the Cobra movies as well. Anyway, there's only one. Anyway, yeah, it'd be good to have him on. But yeah, John was on and he talked all about if you head through Pacific, Missouri, you can stop and see Bigfoot, the original monster truck. Well, I would do that. Johnny, I apologize for all the dandruff in my hair that is now on my iPad. My scalp does not handle the sun very well. let's see here. All night. Thank you, Chris. You're useless, but you came through that. And then manager of the Plasmatics. Gotcha. He's retired and living in Arizona or New Mexico. Last I heard, so people know everything. Why do I do anything when you can just go on here, ask the audience, and you guys know? And anyway, if you come down here to get a haircut, make sure you tag us. Tell the folks that you heard about it here on the show, and it'd be nice to see you guys come in and get a great haircut and see some really cool stuff. I kind of just glossed through, but and they're always adding things too. I feel like I should have brought something. Next time I'll bring something cool. My house is a museum. That was a great interview when he had Jean Beauvoir. He also wrote Who Wants to Be Lonely. That's the one I was thinking of. How old was Johnny when he gave his first haircut, and who was his first customer? Good question.
I started in high school. I don't know if the first one, but that would be probably someone at the barber college.
You know, how many years did you do it, Johnny?
I used to go like during the summers because usually you just go for a year.
Mm-hmm.
But I had special privileges.
Well, Johnny's father was also a barber.
So they made me go for like 4 years just to really figure it out.
And
like,
Johnny,
I went to summers.
yeah. And Johnny, you inherited your father's tools of the trade, right?
Yeah.
Johnny uses some really cool, I guess you call them classic gear.
There's a couple in there, yeah. They haven't really changed much.
Jason, if your followers tell us that they follow you, we'll give them a sticker when they come in. They get a haircut sticker.
Cool. So you get it. It's all you gotta do is tell me you saw it on the show, and you get a haircut sticker too. And listen, we can't give you a deal because $10 is the greatest deal in the world. There's no better deal than that. So come in here, tell me you watch the show, get yourself a sticker. I think we're getting ready to do an unveiling, an unboxing, if you will. Let's see, folks. Pull that microphone over. Let's see here. Now there is no dryer, is what we were pointing out. So, because they don't usually do haircuts like this. So I'm going to stand in the sun for a few minutes. Thank you. And all right. What do you guys think? I mean, it's going to look different when it's dry. So you're just seeing where the thing fell off. The little wind thing. We'll find it.
Oh.
For now.
Well, it's right behind you.
Oh, he sees it.
I think that's it.
Yep.
Thank God you didn't start sweeping, Johnny. Well, thank you, Johnny. I think it's going to look fantastic. And sometimes I think he just likes to rough me up. All right, let's take a look at your comments. Live chat. I like it. Love the layers. Looks good. Looks. All right. Well, I think it's great. Yeah, look at that. And it's good. Again, it's got to be brushed and dry. But I think when you see me next, which will be in the mean streets of Austin, Texas, it's going to look great. JJ, what do you think? How did Johnny do?
I think it looks great. Again, not as well. It's almost as short as it was.
It's pretty short.
Yeah.
You know, and like as Johnny said, when it dries, it'll be a little short. Yeah, I like it though. My hair grows so fast that there's no reason to get a haircut if you're going to have to do it again, you know, every.
Well, you went fashion.
There's nothing fashionable about me. I don't know if you knew that.
I mean, I left it longer, I thought. But, I mean, maybe. I just cut what I thought needed to get cut off.
Well, we'll find out what Ingve thinks and all the others. If you haven't seen Johnny's video where he talks about cutting my hair and the feedback that he received, you'll want to do that. I'm going to take a last look around before we head out, and maybe we'll look around the plaza before we leave, because this is really a great place.
You asked earlier about Peter here.
Oh yeah.
I have a mannequin I'm putting together, Gene Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, excuse me. The idea was to put Gene standing there so people could take a selfie with Gene.
Right, you have the Gene chair.
Yeah. So I'm just waiting on the Gene costume.
Oops.
I'm getting the Destroyer costume.
Nice. So this will be Gene pretty soon. It'll be a Gene photo op. And right now on display, you have the Johnny Monaco car keys and wallet. And,
Gene's head with the mannequin.
oh, gotcha.
Right
Gotcha.
here.
Look at that. Nice. That's a good looking one too.
Same guy did Peter there.
Yeah. I heard that if these guys, they don't call and apologize to Ace, that he doesn't want their mannequins to be shown. Anyway, yeah, you guys got to come down here. This is the coolest barber shop that I've ever been to. And you can just look around. And if you have friends with you, they have stuff for them to look at and do in between. And so we thank JJ and Tracy back here for having us. And we'll have to come back and not be a stranger. Are we watching hunting, guys?
No, it's those failed videos where
Oh,
people
okay.
fall down and crash cars. And
Okay. Because I think this is going to have a happy ending, I hope. Doesn't look like it, though.
I think the moose is just falling asleep.
All right. And anyway, I'll have some more of these things, just in case you didn't see it
Well, I had already also said some.
before.
But it still wasn't that much. I mean,
Kiss air guitar strings, one of my favorite items. Only Kiss can market a plastic bag and call it air guitar strings. We're looking at the Kiss air guitar strings.
yeah.
Um,
I think they're signed.
was it?
I think they're signed.
I had this color.
It's a fun item.
I did.
These are signed.
Oh, I see now.
Yeah. I think Tommy Thayer signed.
Yeah, it looks like Tommy. That's funny. He's pictured on it. All right, let me. I'm gonna run around one more time around the plaza. Hold on, everybody.
Yeah, but you got to get the blood.
Just talk to
Go to
you, Chris, for a second.
doctor. Go to a doctor. Go to someone who
All right, hold on.
Start with the blood.
I see seagulls out there. Do you have seagulls?
Yes.
We do get seagulls.
That's wild. All right, I'm gonna look around the plaza. I'll be right back, guys.
All right.
All right, hold on. They have seagulls out here, and this is the New Orleans Square Plaza, and then right up here is the Stratosphere. And let's look at some of the businesses while we're here. You guys could be here too. This is the Office of Collections, and as she was saying, Office of Collecting and Design, and they have all kinds of cool stuff. It's open Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 4, so I think it just closed. And then this is the Core Contemporary. I'm not exactly sure what all these places are. This is the Gallery of Fine Art. That's pretty cool. Oh, it's all the same thing here. And that's an art place. This place is great. The Hellbound Horror and Collectibles. We went in here last time, and they were great. And so I recommend that one if they locked the door when they saw us coming. And it's just not the first time that's happened. And this was the Avant Pop bookstore back there, and there's Sister Kim's Kitchen that we were talking about. Sister Kim's Kitchen, what a cool place. And specialty, subversive, subculture, independent bookstore. Oh, I got lost. Sister Kim was over here. The bookstore is over here, so okay. And you see some of the cool monster stuff. Anywhere that I can see the creature from the Black Lagoon and the fellow monsters always makes me happy. And then we'll go up and we'll say hello to William Powell at the Sci-Fi Center. And we'll wrap it up. It's a beautiful day here. There is the Glacia Fuente de Vida, for those who are looking for that. take a look here. Some kind of studios. The hair look better when it dries. All right, let's see. This is it, Sci-Fi Center. This is what I'm looking for. William, I'm coming to say hello. It's busy in here, but you met William earlier.
Oh, absolutely.
This is the Sci-Fi Center. And what a cool place. William, can I look around?
Yeah, go ahead. Excuse the
Pardon?
the wood, but we're expanding inside of a 1,300 square foot spot. I have 5,000 square foot of merchandise to fit in 1,300 square feet, so it's going to get kind of an attic feel to it eventually. But
Yeah, so for
every
now,
inch will be used.
pardon the stardust. The work is being done.
And if you got any more questions about that, just let me know.
Cool.
But you guys will be the beginning of the promotion.
It's come in and take a look. This is an old school. My father had a store in New York City that sold comic books and movie posters on 47th and 8th, and it had this kind of feel. You know, it's cool to see comic books on the walls and these type of things. So let's see here, tons of comic books, and there's an old, I don't know what it is, Superman in Spanish or something. But yeah, you guys, when you're in Las Vegas, come out here and support some local businesses. Everybody comes out and goes and sees Donny Osmond on the Strip. But you can stop by the Sci-Fi Center, and you can stop by all the other businesses here in New Orleans Square. There's some great stuff. This is a dead end here. And of course, Funko Pops. A lot of these Funko Pops in my collection at Freddie Mercury. Obviously, anything music I have. But there's tons of them. And come out here and explore. And he's always got cool promotions. He's always trying to do more. This area is still under work. Some old books here, Star Trek books. These books are probably great. Really cool piece of history.
I'll need the main name. So if
And then he
John
has
Brown,
the,
I just need John
pin
Brown
roll.
plus Idiot because his name's
All
going to go on
kinds
the
of
list.
cool
John Brown
pins.
plus one.
Some of these are
Or
too
Sally
even for
Nobody
me.
plus one.
Of course,
So all I need is one name
Nosferatu.
for each pair you give away. But
It's
I have to have that though.
it's
in order to
recommended.
verify that they,
Perfect. I will.
And some of the other stuff.
and then like I said, that way if there's any
We'll walk
details.
around here
you know,
and
because
find all
if you
kinds of
go
stuff.
on
I love
we
these.
can-
My father used to sell these in his store. Old Vampirella and creepy magazines. So some really cool
Cool.
old stuff.
And this is only just out of like your
So, yeah,
opinion.
so
What's the
everybody,
likeliness of like you said UPS?
Wants to come on down. Let
Oh
me see
no,
some of the
that's
comments.
big. UPS came today. They came and left. And
Oh,
that's
okay.
the problem is I know now that it's going to be today.
Okay.
Because he didn't.
William, thank you. I'll
All
come
right,
back
okay,
and say
so
goodbye. I appreciate it. Stop by the Sci-Fi Center and visit, support local businesses. Okay, so for everybody who was watching, we appreciate you and our sincere thank yous, obviously. Hey, Dan Ski, I'm going to contact you. I got your email, and I'm going to contact you, and we're going to set something up because I'm going to be seeing you in Orlando. Chris Toplinsky, thank you so much. Everybody likes it. It'll look better when it's dry, of course. And yeah, yes, Johnny did a great job as usual. Make sure you guys super chat so I can buy Johnny something to eat. He gets very cranky when he hasn't eaten. I'm going down these stairs that are very steep. Anyway, thank you guys so much. And I know this wasn't the usual fare, but I wanted to show you guys around 1 year later. And here it is when you come in and see the Neighborhood Watch is protecting. Well, everyone seems to love it, Johnny. Everybody watching really enjoys the haircut.
Okay.
And most importantly, I really like it. I know when it dries, it will look great. So make sure you come down here to New Orleans Square and support local businesses, especially come in here to get a haircut and look around, see all the cool stuff. I've only showed some of it. I could walk around here for hours and find something new each time. Johnny, did you find some guitar picks for them?
Oh, yeah.
Johnny's going to add some guitar picks.
I'll go put this away and I'll come back.
And so, yeah, so come down to get a haircut. And JJ would be happy to cut your hair, right, JJ?
Absolutely, anytime.
Yeah, and Tracy's here as well. And this is a great family-run business. I mean, come out and support. I have a Sin City Rejects guitar pick here. Hold on. I think, yeah, there it is. So this is a rare one too. This is the first ones, these black and white ones. So we'll put this somewhere in here.
Awesome, thank
Yeah, these usually waste some time ones, but I don't know where they are right now. Oh wait, no, that's the same thing. But anyway, we'll put that in the case. And Johnny's are much cooler because Johnny has the rat and roll picks. So I think I got the waste some time one somewhere. Hold on. Oh yeah, there it is. And this, and for all my new Patreons, you'll get this in the mail. They're on back order, so this is a rare one. But anyway, that one too. Waste some time since we filmed it here.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Thank
cool. And then you'll see the cruise guitar picks I have that say I wasted time on the Monsters of Rock cruise
you. Nice.
with a boat sinking and me dressed like Captain Stupid. So and we'll get some of those out to Patreons. Thank you to the members who are watching. Our new members. You guys were number one, by the way.
We were
The
the first.
number one members. You'll never forget your first, or so they say. Even though, yeah, absolutely. And thank you guys for adding some rock and roll to the community. And we'll join you soon. I'm waiting for Johnny to get back. He might have just hightailed it out of here, or he's hanging out with Sister Kim. Anyway, coming up interview Simon Daniels from Autograph, Lee Aaron, Canadian rock superstar, and I'm just trying to fix this. All right, great. Looks like everyone had a good time. I'm gonna sign off. Let me find Johnny to say goodbye. Where the hell he went? There he is, the man of the hour. Master, I can't see him. Master stylist, Johnny.
See Ron Zeller on there? There's my friend Ron Zeller who sent me one of the looping pedals.
Are you going to donate that to the museum?
Oh, I'm gonna give him this.
Look at that, John. Look at Johnny's picks. Johnny's got some cool ones. I
These
like
are
these.
new.
This is an old one. That's classic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the rat and roll ones. What's this one?
That's
That's the brand new Steven one, right?
this blue one's new. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the full set. So those will be on exhibit here as well. And soon Johnny will have a Patreon. I think you can order those kind of things at johnnymonaco.com, right?
Yeah, I haven't done that yet, but I just sell them just at the shows.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. You can also buy a pack of Johnny picks at the merch table at each show. It was Ron watching?
Raising my price. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on. I just saw him. He's
All right. Well, Mickey just joined us too. Mickey, a lot of shows in Missouri coming up. All right.
Nice.
All right, guys. So thank you so much for watching. And thank you for joining us. Everyone will say goodbye. And we will see you again, hopefully sooner than the next time I need a haircut. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Be a member. Be a super thanks. Be a super love.